In a peaceful village surrounded by fields of lush green crops and tall, strong trees, life moved at a gentle pace. The villagers were always busy, the farmers in their fields, the children playing by the roadside, and the animals roaming free. Among them was a cow named Gauri. Gauri was just like the other animals in the village, dependent on the villagers for her daily needs, especially water. The kind farmers always made sure to fill her water trough, and she drank happily. But Gauri had always wondered, how did the water come to her? Every day, she would watch as the farmers approached the hand pump, their hands pulling and pushing on the handle with ease, bringing the cool, fresh water into the trough. She often stared curiously, but back then, as a young calf, she had no idea what went into that process. It fascinated her, but she didn't think much more of it. As Gauri grew older, her curiosity turned into a quiet desire. One day, when she was still a young cow, she decided to try it herself. The villagers were busy in the fields, and Gauri, left alone by the hand pump, took a step toward it. She nudged the handle with her nose. Nothing happened. She tried again, harder this time, but still no water came. Gauri was confused and frustrated. She tried again, pushing and tugging, but the pump didn't budge. She wandered off, feeling defeated. Her attempts to drink on her own had failed. Years passed. Gauri continued to rely on the villagers for her water, but the thought of that hand pump stayed with her. She would occasionally stand near it, looking at the handle with the same longing, but she never had the chance to try again. But something in her had changed. One hot afternoon, as the sun burned brightly over the village, Gauri found herself terribly thirsty. The ground was dry, and the air was thick with heat. The villagers were nowhere in sight, and Gauri had wandered too far from the water troughs. She looked around desperately. She saw the hand pump in the distance. This time, there was no hesitation in her. She could not wait for someone to come. She had to do it herself. With all the strength in her legs, she trotted toward the pump, her mind set on one thing: water. When she reached the pump, she stood for a moment, staring at it. The years of watching it slowly came to her. She recalled the times the villagers had used their hands to pump the water. Now it was her turn. She moved closer, sniffing the metal handle. She was ready. She pushed the handle gently with her nose, just like she had when she was younger. But this time, she didn't stop after one try. She tried again, this time harder. She pushed with all her strength, but the handle didn't move enough to bring the water. Gauri didn't give up. She used her head this time, pressing it down with more force. Her horns dug into the pump, and she tried again and again. With every attempt, she grew more determined, more focused. She could feel the energy building inside her. This time, she was not giving up. Finally, a few drops of water splashed onto the dry ground. Gauri stepped back and watched in amazement as the water began to flow. A small smile seemed to appear on her face. She had done it. She had finally figured it out. With one last powerful push, the water gushed from the pump, clear and cold. She lowered her head and began drinking eagerly, the cool water soothing her dry throat, washing away the heat of the day. The entire village had witnessed this moment. The villagers who were working in the fields stopped and turned, seeing the cow at the pump, drinking water on her own. For the first time, they saw the cow's quiet struggle, her persistence, and finally, her success. They watched with wide eyes, some even in disbelief. Gauri had not only learned how to operate the pump, she had taught the villagers a lesson in courage, determination, and independence. The elders of the village gathered around her, praising her for her intelligence. "Look at Gauri," they said. "She did what we thought only humans could do. She figured it out all by herself." This story soon spread across the village and even to the neighboring ones. People came to see the cow who had mastered the pump. It wasn't just a story about a cow getting water. It was about resilience, It was about how, no matter how difficult a task may seem, we can learn, grow, and overcome obstacles with patience and determination. But the most surprising part of this whole journey is that this is real footage. It really happened. The moment when Gauri, in all her wisdom, figured out how to pump water and drink it all by herself was captured on camera. You can see the struggle, the determination, and the final success. It's a true testament to how even animals can teach us profound lessons of self-reliance and persistence. So, what did you learn from Gauri's journey? Have you ever faced a challenge that seemed too big to handle? Did you overcome it in the end, just like Gauri did? Let Gauri's story remind you that with courage, even the toughest of challenges can be faced and conquered. If you enjoyed this story and found it inspiring, please like the video, share it with others, and subscribe to hear more amazing stories like this one. You'll be amazed by what nature and animals can teach us.